Okay, let's dive into the course logistics. So obviously this is not a standard semester. Um, we're all virtual. Because this class is so big, we're going to at least start 100% virtual. There's a chance we might be able to move in person further along in the semester, maybe in a big auditorium kind of room or big hall. But given that we're 100% virtual for the labs and lectures, the lectures are going to be taught in a flipped classroom model. This means that I will be releasing lecture videos a few days before lecture for every single lecture. Um, you have to watch these videos before coming to class. I'm not going to be reviewing the material that I taught in the video. I'm going to start assuming that you watch the videos, and I'll answer some questions if you have any on the material, and then we'll work through problems together. But you will be lost if you don't watch those videos. You absolutely have to watch them. And also in class, you'll find that I'll be having quizzes. And so you're going to want to know the material for the quizzes. The quizzes aren't going to be super hard or super tricky, but you will need to have watched the videos before class to be able to answer the questions on the quiz. This is going to start next week. So this week, today, and Wednesday, I want you to just come and listen. We'll have these standard lectures. I'll put out videos as well so you can see what they're like. It'll be the exact same material as the in-class lecture. So this is the video right now. But then starting next week, the lecture is going to get much more interactive and focused on problems because you will have already watched the videos of content. The labs will be taught by Professor Chaudhry. And for those, there's no pre-work. You're just going to show up, and Professor Chaudhry is going to do 5-10 minute intro, and then you guys are going to work in groups of 4 to solve the assignments. And so the lab assignment will be due. You're going to submit it for a grade each week. It'll be due the following week. More details to come from Professor Chaudhry. And you might be able to finish it within the lab hour. It might spill over, and so you might have to finish parts of it on your own, but it'll be due the following week. Now, the important question, grade. How is your grade assigned in this course? All of these details I'm about to say absolutely will change, or can change at least. But my plan is this. There's going to be about 13 quizzes. They're going to be at random times during lecture. I'm aiming for once a week, but some weeks there might be 2 quizzes. Other weeks there might be no quiz. You're going to have to come to lecture to, 1, take these quizzes, and 2, you'll have to come to lecture having watched the videos to be able to answer the questions on these quizzes. They're not going to be super difficult, but they will require that you'll watch the videos. Likewise, there is going to be a lab every single week, 13 labs. We have about 15 weeks of class, taking 1 away for Thanksgiving week, and then assuming one of the other weeks, maybe for one of the exams, we'll cancel a lab. We have about 13 labs. This is work that you'll do with partners during class, but you're going to submit your work individually. The partners that you're going to have in lab will be random each time. So you're going to get to meet a lot of your classmates. Then I'm expecting to have around 7 homeworks spread throughout the semester. Homework should be done completely individually. And so you can come to office hours and get help. You can talk at a very high level with classmates, but you cannot look at each other's code. You can't discuss a concrete solution. You can't have someone tell you exactly what to do. The homeworks are meant to be done individually. And then we're going to have 2 projects, and these are going to be bigger pieces of work. More details to come on these, but hopefully this will be something that you can then talk about in the future in any interviews that you have, or put it on a resume if you want to put a computer science project on your resume. Finally, exams. This class will have 3 exams. There's going to be midterm 1, which will be around 5 weeks in, midterm 2, which will be around 10 weeks in, and then a final. More details to come. And additionally, will be some random other extra credit opportunities, possibly extra points available on some of the homeworks or projects, maybe some fun competitions. We'll see. In this class, the core place to go to find information about the class is the course website. So CSCI100.org has all sorts of information. It has the syllabus, it has the names and emails of the TAs, it'll have the links to the videos as they come out and to the slides. So CSCI100.org have all the information you need. The other important tools that we'll be using are Mimir, which is a coding environment where all of your assignments will live. So you're going to implement them in Mimir, submit them in Mimir, and they'll be graded in Mimir. And you'll see the scores for each assignment in Mimir. Blackboard we will only use for syncing grades to. And so we'll use Mimir for all of our teaching needs, and maybe once a month or so, certainly for your midterm and your final grades, those will be available on Blackboard. But otherwise, class information is available on the course website. Of course, come to lectures, lab, office hours, those are all available to get information. The other really big one is Piazza. And some of you, actually many of you are probably not familiar with Piazza, but it is a kind of question and answer forum where you can ask questions and other students can answer them, and then instructors like me can mark that answer as correct or correct it, or instructors answer your questions directly. And so for this class, there should be almost no reason to email the TAs or me. You should be posting almost any question you have on Piazza. And in fact, you will find the email policy will be about a minimum 24 hours to get an answer via email. Whereas on Piazza, you'll probably get a quicker answer. The reason I really want you to use Piazza is, one, all of the instructors and TAs can see your questions on Piazza, and so you'll get a quicker answer because you're effectively asking all of the instructors at once. But two, your question might be something that other people will run into. In fact, it's very likely to be that. And so if you're trying to run some code and it's giving you an error and you can't figure out why, or if you're confused about when something is due or some exam details, ask on Piazza. If you want, you can make yourself anonymous to your classmates, or you can leave your name up. Piazza is the place to go to ask questions. If you're doing well in the class, or you just know answers to something, go ahead and answer any questions that you see that you think you know the answer to. The instructors will see the answers, and they can either mark them as correct, or we can add a comment saying if something's incorrect. But we're happy to get all the help we can get, and you can go ahead and answer questions. Finally, Dr. Keeling provides bootcamp, CS bootcamp, where you can come and ask questions. That is a great resource that the department has for you, and you can find out more from Dr. Keeling or I. Maybe we can talk about it in office hours. These are all the official places. Unofficial places is you can always search for stuff on Google or Stack Overflow. I'll talk in a minute about plagiarism, but computer science is interesting in that searching through documentation online is not plagiarism. In fact, that's what we all do. If you want to use some aspect of a language, it's kind of like looking it up in the dictionary, like when you look up a word you don't know. And so looking up how to use some particular construct that you're going to learn is okay. Looking for the exact problem that you're being asked to solve and copying that code is not okay. And so, yes, please search for errors that you come across. Search for how to use particular constructs, like how to use a for loop or a while loop if you don't understand from lecture. But don't look for the particular problems and look for their solutions. Even if you did, you probably won't find anything because we're writing brand new problems for this class. But just putting that out there. Now, I wanted to also add that this is a really unprecedented time. We're in COVID, and that one commitment that I can make to you and the course staff can make to you is that you will not fail this class because there aren't enough resources. We have a fantastic team of TAs, 2 instructors, a team of Google instructors, and we're going to do everything we can to provide the office hours, the answers on Piazza, the lectures, the labs, and the time to help you work through any concepts or any questions you have. But it's important also for you to know how to go about learning in this class. And the way you're going to learn in this class is a mix of these different aspects. So lectures you can think of as introduction to new material. It's the first time you're going to be exposed to it, and you should just watch through it and try to understand as much as you can. But the labs, homework, your own experimentation, and projects, these are really the places where the vast majority of CS learning happens. So computer science is interesting in that it's not like maybe, I don't know, biology or something, or the lectures are useful. They introduce concepts, but the vast amount of your progression and how good you are and how much you know comes from just applying those concepts over and over and trying to apply them to different problems. And so that's what we're going to try to do for you, is we're going to give you lots of problems in lab, in homework, in projects, and also hopefully inspire you to do some of your own building on the side, experimentation, and that's where you're going to get really good.